Hi, I'm Lisa. Many of my students worry that their speech sounds flat and boring, that it has no energy, and that their voice might not be expressive enough. And they worry that this might be having a negative effect on their professional lives. For example, when they're giving a presentation, or when they're speaking on the phone, or when they're interviewing for a job, or even in their social lives. If this is also a concern for you, I will give you some tips on developing a more expressive voice. You will sound more energetic and more passionate when you're speaking. We will also do some practice exercises to help you speak with more energy and enthusiasm. And I will give you some homework so that you can continue practicing. One person said, "I have always talked in a monotone voice. People think I'm not interested in talking to them." And another person said, "I didn't even know that I had a monotone voice until someone joked about it. I literally say everything in the same emotion. I can't help it." First, let's talk about what causes someone to sound monotone. Monotone means having the same tone. There is no variety in the voice. There are no pitch changes. All the words are stressed equally. Sometimes it's cultural. Americans and native speakers of English in general are often quite expressive. But in some other cultures, people are expected to be less expressive. I used to teach the American accent in China, and my students were corporate professionals who needed to speak on the phone with Americans. And they told me, Americans are so much more expressive, and Americans are not shy. In order to practice the American accent, sometimes I gave them scenes from films to practice vocal variety. And a lot of times they were shy about doing that. But when they practiced a little bit, their energy changed and they had a lot more passion in their voices when they were speaking English. From my experience of teaching people from all over the world, I got the impression that American students have a lot more opportunities to practice speaking in front of people and opportunities to practice being more expressive. And here's another reason why someone's speech may sound flat or unenthusiastic. It could be related to their foreign accent and the influence of their native language and how words are stressed or maybe not stressed in their native language. Another reason is that introverts usually speak with the weaker voice and with the less expressive voice. An introvert, or being introverted, is someone who is quiet and shy and prefers to be alone. The opposite of an introvert is an extrovert, to be extroverted. Extroverts love being social. Being around people gives them energy. They love talking to people and they make friends easily. And these people are usually more expressive when they speak. A shy, introverted person is definitely not going to be very expressive and very animated. They will move their body less and they will move their mouth less and they will usually speak more softly. If you are shy and introverted and you would like to sound more expressive when you speak, you don't need to change who you are. If you just practice some of these tips that I will give you, you will sound more passionate and more enthusiastic when you're speaking in public and when you're speaking with your friends. My first tip is move your body more. Movement creates energy. Motion creates emotion. When people are excited, they move. Professional voiceover artists, people whose voices you hear on TV commercials, for example, or audiobooks, they don't sit when they're recording, they stand. If it's possible, I recommend that you stand up when you're talking. When you're standing, you have more energy. Next time you have an important phone call, I suggest that you do it standing up, and you will notice the difference in your energy. Also, pay attention to your body position. Move your shoulders back. Have a good posture. If your body is in a confident position, you will sound confident. You will speak with more energy. So open up the chest area and breathe in fully. Breathe well. That will also make a difference. It's also important to move your arms when you're speaking. This movement will also create energy. So speak with your whole body. Of course, I'm not saying to do something that looks really exaggerated or unnatural. I suggest that you experiment and that you find something that feels natural for you and what is appropriate based on the environment that you're in. And keep in mind, if you are naturally a quiet and shy person, if you're an introvert, it might feel unnatural to do this in the beginning. I suggest that you practice speaking in front of a large mirror. Look at your body language. What are you doing? How much are you moving? Even moving just a little bit more than you usually do will make a difference in how you sound when you're speaking. My next tip is move your face more. Over the years, I've told many of my students that they need more facial animation. Be more expressive. Open your mouth more. Exaggerate your lip and your jaw activity. Make your mouth muscles come alive. Susan Bennett is a professional voiceover artist. She is the voice of Siri on the iPhone. I interviewed her in one of my previous videos. Let's listen to the tips that she gave about moving the mouth more.
So you can do some, exercises with your face and your lips and your mouth, and don't be worried about what you look like when you speak. Because the more you can use all of the facility, your face, your lips, your tongue, and use all of it, and don't be afraid to move it around because it gives you much more room to express yourself.
I've said this to you many times. Be careful who you imitate. If you're practicing English by watching films in English, don't imitate action heroes. Tough guys in films generally don't move their mouths very much, and they don't have a lot of facial expressions. They're not salespeople trying to convince you to buy their products. But what if you're truly not passionate about the topic that you need to talk about? If you're not interested, and if you don't care too much about the subject, people will notice that. If you find the topic boring, your listeners will be bored too. In that case, what do? I have a tip for you. Think about something that you're really passionate about. Imagine that you're talking about something that you love. For example, imagine that your favorite team just won the championship. How would you behave in that situation? What would your body language look like? When something wonderful happens to you, what does your face look like? You just found out that you got the job that you really wanted. What kind of voice would you use? Practice putting that same type of energy into your speech about a topic that bores you. So next time you're speaking at a meeting, imagine that you're speaking to your best friend about something you're really excited about. You will sound like you're sincerely happy to be there and that you're excited about your topic. And that excitement is infectious. Other people will feel that too. Show up to the meeting with energy. Walk into the room with enthusiasm and carry that with you. Another way to automatically change your flat-sounding sentences is to stress the key words. What is stress? When we stress a word, it's generally louder, longer, and higher in pitch. Let's look at this example. I'd like to talk to you as soon as possible. Let's stress the word talk and the word possible. Open your mouth on those two vowel sounds. So we're going to say ah, talk, and we're going to say ah, possible. You don't have to open your mouth on every word, just on the key words. Or if you're at a meeting, you can start the meeting by saying, "Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see everybody today." If we just stress the words coming and see, we will already have more energy in our voice. Our sentences will automatically be less monotone. And now, let's say that again and focus on moving our mouths well. Let's exaggerate first, and then later we'll say it more naturally. Look at my face and imitate it. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. And now a little more quickly, and let's stress the word coming. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see everybody today. It's nice to see everybody today. And now let's say it a little more quickly, but we have to make sure we prolong the E of the word see because that's your main word. That's the key word. It's nice to see everybody today. It's nice to see everybody today. And now let's imagine that you are at a job interview and you say to the person who's interviewing you, it's very nice to meet you. Let's prolong the E in meet and let's say it a little more loudly. It's very nice to meet you. And let's put some energy in the word nice. It's very nice to meet you. It's very nice to meet you. It's very nice to meet you. And here is your homework. Make some sentences related to your own professional life or personal life, and then practice speaking this way. My online course, the American Accent course, teaches you all of the rules about word stress. You will have a lot of opportunity to practice word stress in that course. And when you learn all of those rules, your speech will definitely sound more interesting, less monotonous, and you will have more energy and enthusiasm when you speak. And my final tip is enjoy speaking. Say your words like they matter. Enjoy using words, whether they are English words or whether you're speaking your native language. Relax and be yourself. You deserve to be heard and you deserve to be there. Don't obsess about your accent. Remember, you have something important to say. Use a strong, powerful voice and say it with confidence. Thanks for watching and keep practicing your English. To get the 2 courses, the American Accent course and the 400 advanced words you must know for fluent English, go to accurateenglish.com.